Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Mike Walker and today we're looking at integrating the Rode Wireless Go system into my workflow and the best settings to use with my Panasonic GH5. The Wireless Go has been out for quite a while now. There's plenty of reviews on YouTube if you want to have a look at them. But this is more of a detailed comparison between some lav mics that I've got, one being the Sennheiser ME2, which sells for $139 on Amazon at the moment, and the Zoom LMF2, that sells for £43 on Amazon, and of course there's the onboard transmitter mic built into the transmitter. We'll hear that as well. The one that's missing is the Rode Go lav mic, which I haven't got. That retails for $56 on Amazon, but I think it's very similar to the Zoom LMF2. I bought the Rode Wireless Go system recently. I was attracted by its small size and portability. The range and quality is good for interviews and vlogging, and I thought it'd be ideal for travelling. It all goes in this very small bag, the whole thing. The transmitter, the receiver, a spare lav mic if you like, the two windshields, and the cable that connects it to the camera. All goes in this very small bag. The receiver fits nicely onto the hot shoe of the GH5 and connects with the supplied cable. There are only 3 buttons on the unit and a really nice display which tells you the input level, remaining battery power of each unit, which lasts up to 7 hours, and the wireless connection. It has a USB charging port which charges the internal battery and also powers the unit for extra long sessions. There are no frequencies to set or worry about. The Go sets itself up after auto scanning the range and picking the best available, so it really is plug and play. The transmitter has only a power button, a clip to attach it to a belt or strap, a USB charging port and a socket for an external lavalier mic. There are no controls and the 2 units will automatically pair when you turn them on. I'm using the mic right now. It's going direct into the camera. I've been using it since the start of the video, so what you've been hearing so far is the Rode transmitter with the built-in mic, and the quality is very good. When I do the test with the Sennheiser and the Zoom mics, the lav mics, I'll put it through the desk and I'll connect the desk to the camera, so we'll be able to compare the difference in quality between the mics. So okay, let's crack on. Let's start with connecting it to my GH5. Cameras do not have brilliant preamps, although the GH5 is said to have one of the best. Preamps are how the camera boosts the input of the audio coming into the camera. Some are quieter than others. To get the best recordings, noise floor levels need to be low, and that's the signal to noise ratio. The higher the signal, the less the noise is apparent. So to get the best from the GH5, turn the mic level adjust down in the motion picture menu, that's on page 3 at the bottom, to -12 dB. The signal from the Rode Wireless Go is very high, so if you use the low setting you should find the levels are about right. And check it with the limiter off. Then you will see the actual levels before the limiter kicks in. Ideally they should be between -10 and -12 dB. When you're happy, turn the limiter back on again. So here we are in the park. My local park has got a rugby field on my right here, and it's obviously got the lineage for the 10-metre mark, the halfway line. We know it's 100 metres long, so we can do a good test and find out just when the mic cuts out in the open air. I've got a windjammer on the Sennheiser ME2 microphone, so that'll be a nice test on that. The transmitter is in my pocket, but it is in my top pocket there, so as I'm facing camera, it's pointing the right way. So I'm going to start moving backwards now, and I'm still talking, and I'm just coming up to about 8 metres. There shouldn't be any problem at this sort of distance. I'm at 10 metres. I'm also going to turn my back to camera like this, and that should also be no problem. Between the 10 and 20 metre line, possibly there may be a problem. It should be fine now because I'm facing camera. I'm going to turn my back, and the 20 metre, that's going to work or not. If it does, that's brilliant, but certainly facing the camera there's going to be no problems. So I'm going to carry on walking this way back to camera. He may have been out now a little bit, and on the 30-metre line, and that should be fine, but it may not work when I turn that line. So we should be doing now. It should be back on again at 40 metres. So I think it's dodgy after 20 metres certainly, but possibly 15 metres might be all right. But I'm going to carry on walking backwards now. There's no point in putting my back to camera, because we know when we get past 15 metres it's a problem. So I've just gone past the halfway line of 50 metres. I'm now at 60 metres. I'm coming up to 70 metres. And that's a long way. I can't think of anybody wanting to use it at this sort of distance. Not this road anyway. They go for more of a professional Sennheiser kit, which obviously costs a lot more money than this one does. We're now coming up to 90 metres, and I'm pretty sure you'll still be able to hear me at 90 metres. 95 metres, and I'm now at touchdown, which is 100 metres. So here we are at 100 metres, and I'm pretty confident you can still hear me at 100 metres. That's about 300 and odd feet. So that's pretty good. I'm going to walk back now. So indoors, because there's reflections from surfaces, the ceiling and the walls, probably get away with maybe 20, 25, 30 metres, because you've got reflection of the signal back into the transmitter. So the critical point outside would be about 15 metres. But if you're facing camera, do a few tests, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then move a bit closer. You are now listening to the audio through a Zoom Livetrak L-8 mixer, and that's connected to my GH5 via this red cable from here, from the output on the L8 to the input on the GH5. I'd recommend listening to this section with headphones, and that way you're going to hear the differences a little bit more accurately. There is some room noise, but it's not too bad. The Rode receiver is connected to channel 1 on the desk by the supplied cable with a 1/4" adapter, and that's going into the desk on channel 1. And I'll keep the 3 mics at the same distance from my mouth and speak in the same direction to give a fair test. The GH5 is filming the overhead camera, which you can see there, and I've got a GoPro here filming me, so you can see what's happening. I'm currently on the Rode built-in transmitter mic on channel 1, and during this comparison I'll have all the mics on flat response. The only thing I'll alter is the gain to match all mics to be the same level. I'm now on the Zoom LMF2 lavalier mic on channel 1, and during this comparison I'll have all the mics on flat response. The only thing I'll alter is the gain to match all mics to be the same level. I'm now on the Sennheiser ME2 lavalier mic on channel 1, and during this comparison I'll have all the mics on flat response. So the only thing I'll alter is the gain to match all mics to be the same level. What I'm going to do now, you've heard those 3, I'm just going to put on what I usually use to narrate or voice over my videos, and that's the Sennheiser 416, and I'll do the same thing, the same test on that, so you can hear that. It's also interesting as well to listen to the background noise between the Rode system, which is obviously giving us the signal wirelessly into the desk. There is a little bit of noise there, but it's very, very, very low, and for this price it's absolutely brilliant. But have a listen to the, I'm going to give you 10 seconds of silence on the Sennheiser 416 input. It's a phantom powered mic, it's just above me here. Let's have a listen to that. There's just a little bit of a hum there. When I EQ the 416, I always put the low cut filter on, because I'm not very close to the mic. As you can see, it's probably, I don't know, 12 inches away, pointing at me from above. But this is what I normally use for voiceovers, and it's very, very clean, really transparent, and a very natural sounding mic. And I've had this mic for, I don't know, over 10 years, but it is £1,000, so there's quite a big difference in price between the 416, and I'll just go back to the Rode wireless onboard in the transmitter mic. Here we go. and there it is. Completely different sound really, and you can tell with the headphones on, but it's not you know, it's not a bad sound. It's very nice. It's very nice indeed for the price. So we're getting to the end now. I think the Sennheiser ME2 was the best sound. Let me just plug that in now. I think the Sennheiser ME2 was the best sound, and I'll be packing that one in my little travel bag. To me, it's more natural sounding mic. It's, you know, it's more of a natural sound. The inbuilt Rode and Zoom LMF2 are still very good, and without hard testing, you may never know the difference. The convenience of the built-in is worth a lot. You know, on the Rode transmitter built-in mic, it's worth so much because you don't have to conceal the wires in clothing, and just clipping it to a shirt, a belt or a backpack in seconds is a great advantage, especially if you're doing something like a, you know, a show or an exhibition and you want to just interview somebody. You can just click this onto the belt or the backpack and it works absolutely brilliant. It's quick to set up and it sounds well good enough. The only thing I don't like is the windjammer, this thing. Sometimes they go on and sometimes they don't. It's very, very difficult to get your hand in there and put it on. When it's on, it's okay as long as you don't move. I think when I take it out, what I'll do is I'll use a Sennheiser ME2 outside and I'll put one of the other windjammers on, which I've got, which are a lot better fitting. They fit over the top of the whole thing, and you've seen them. They're quite cheap, it's inexpensive, and you get them. The outcome for me is, or the conclusion is, I love the system. I think it's really good. I like the size of it. The size of it is absolutely brilliant, and it's so easy to carry about and to travel with, to put on the camera. It goes on the hot shoe, plugs straight into the GH5. I can be out and about and I can plug this in and I can conceal it so much easier. And the quality of it is very, very good. It ties up well and it connects well with the GH5. And I'm very, very happy with it. And okay, that's it. Thanks for staying with us. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something. Please give me a like and I'll be forever grateful. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already and hit the notification bell if you want to see more like this. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.